What's up, DIYers? Today I'm going to talk about SSH keys. What are SSH keys? How do you use them? Why would you use them? So what is an SSH key? It's a key pair, basically. There's a public key and there's a private key. And your private key stays on your computer. Nobody's supposed to know that. And then you have a public key that websites get and can see, and the public can see it. What sites would use this? Well, pretty much anything development-wise uses it in some form or fashion, whether you're using like a GitHub or a Bitbucket or a GitLab. Other things that might use it include like server companies like a Digitalocean, or pretty much any server you use, you can set up SSH keys on it. So why would you use an SSH key? It's easier to use and it's more secure. I mean, what else do you need? If you don't use this, you're logging in with your username and password every time. So if you want to bounce between multiple servers, you're logging in, logging out, logging back in, logging out, logging back in, logging out. If you want to push code to multiple remote repositories, you're logging in, you're pushing. It logs you out. Log in, push. Log out, log in, push. Log out. It gets really cumbersome. Using SSH keys, your local machine uses your private key to check your public key to make sure it's right. Once it verifies on your machine that it's a legit SSH key, it sends that SSH key to the server or the remote repository or the website, whatever you're using SSH keys with, and sends that off. If the key it sends off matches the key that the website has, you're logged in. So when you're bouncing between servers, you're just hitting, SSH in, SSH in. You're rolling in, no password, no nothing. It just automatically connects as long as everything's configured correctly. There's really no good reason not to use it. So let's go ahead and dive in and show you how to set it up and then how to use it.
The first thing we need to do is verify that we don't have an SSH key. We do that by doing cat tilde. What tilde does is, instead of doing root username, it just says, hey, go to the users folder, start there. Then we're going to go .ssh id_rsa.pub. So that's getting your public key if you have it. You get no such file directory, that says you don't have it. In order to create it, we're just going to do ssh-key gen. Then terminal's going to give you some prompts. The first one is, where do you want to save the file? I always just go by the default wherever that is and just hit enter. And then it's going to ask for a passphrase, and the passphrase you can leave blank. I traditionally recommend using a passphrase because it ups your security level pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in mine. It's going to ask you to do it again. And there you go. Now you're done. So if you press up twice, you'll get that initial command. And this time, when you press it, there's your SSH key. Now this is a temporary SSH key. My actual SSH key is saved somewhere else. So if you're planning on trying to hack this, save your effort, because I'm deleting this as soon as this video is done. So now we have this, how do we use it? So let's go ahead and copy this whole thing. Copy. And I'm going to pull terminal up here so we still see it. And then I'm going to bring in my server company, which is DigitalOcean. I just started up a new account, and I have no droplets on here. So I'm just going to create a droplet. DigitalOcean is a super powerful yet super simple server platform that I use for most of my projects that are my own. It's affordable, it's easy to use, it spins up quickly. So I'll show you how to use this. If you want to start using DigitalOcean, if you don't, there's a link in the description that will actually take you to the sign up page and give you $10 free, which is 2 months at their cheapest platform, or 1 month at their a little bit higher up, and half of 1 month on their normal platform that they suggest. But I usually use the $5 and see how things go, because usually the $5 platform will get you pretty close. So we're just going to do Ubuntu, $5 a month platform. You can pick different data centers based on your location and all that. Now, to add an SSH key, which is what we just created, you just click Add SSH Key. We're going to paste in what we just copied. That's everything, even the SSH-RSA, like all that stuff goes in there. Give it a name. We'll call it Jason's Temp Key, and we'll do Add SSH Key. Now, as you go and you start working on more computers on your server, you're going to get more options to add keys, and that's just to add more laptops that can log in. Use your own judgment on that. I typically only use 1 laptop per server, but you never know. So let's go ahead and create.
While that droplet is creating, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to GitHub and show you how to set up an SSH key there.
Let's look at how GitHub works. We're going to create an account, tap that IO, info at tap that.io, password. Sign up for GitHub. Never. Continue. Very experienced. Submit. Start a project. When you click start a project, it's probably going to ask me to verify. Yeah. All right, we should be verified now. Oh, well. So now let's click start a project. And now we're in. Let's call the repository Ssh Key Demo. Description showing you how to set up an SSH key. Public, yep. We'll go ahead and initialize it. Don't need to get ignore. Don't need to add a license, blah, blah, blah. Creating repository. All right. So now we have a repository created. So how do we kind of use this SSH key? I'm going to show you two different ways. So real quick, I'm going to copy this. Okay. We're going to say, no, sorry. We're going to go to the desktop, make dir test, cd test, and we're going to do git clone and then paste that link. All right, it's going to clone it down. Perfect. So we've got SSH Key Demo. So we're going to go in there, SSH-key-demo. And now you see that I have the master, which means we are on Git. So let's see how we use this. I'm going to open this up, but you can open it up anyway. All right. So now you see that README file that they created initially. So let's go ahead and add a new file to that. New file. Call it index.html. HTML. SSH key test. SSH key test. Let's go ahead and save that. So now, if we do git status, you should see like, oh, hey, you've got something to add. So we're going to go ahead and add that. We're going to do git add. Check out my beginner's guide to Git in the top right-hand corner. You should see the link. It's a great way, if you don't know what I'm doing here, to learn what I'm doing here. Commit-m, first commit, git push origin master. So what this is doing is you committed your code and now you're pushing it back up to that GitHub repository. So I'm going to do that. And it's going to say, hey, you need a username. Why? Wait, I thought I used SSH key. Why isn't that working? And see, it's actually pretty straightforward. So for people that don't know how to do that or don't want to take the time to set up SSH keys, they have what they call HTTPS. So which is what the link I copied intentionally to show you guys the difference. So I could technically log in and say, oh, okay, so I'm tab that IO, my password is this. And it's going to log in, it's going to push it up. That's fine. That works. That's the link I chose. Why wouldn't I just do that? Why would I use the SSH key? Well, I'm going to show you how much faster it is here. So let's go ahead and copy the SSH instead of the HTTPS. So we're going to copy that. And in order to update your URL, you got to do git remote set URL origin, and then you paste in your new URL. Hit that. Now it's up to date. Now if we did, we need to make another change. Let me pull up our Sublime text here. Adding another line to commit. Save that. Go ahead and hide that. Git status. Now we have more changes to add. So we're going to do git add, git commit, second commit, git push origin master. The first time you do it, it's going to ask you that you trust GitHub to have this key. Yes, I do. Well, now what happened there? I created an SSH key. Last step, the step that you have to do for whatever site you're going to use your SSH key on, is you have to add it. So let's go to settings. And we're going to go to SSH and GPG keys. We're going to create a new SSH key. This is going to be Jason's temp key. You're going to scroll back up, grab what I believe is the key. Yeah. Copy that, paste it here, add new SSH key, And now that's on top. So now if you come here, git push origin master, it's going to ask for your passphrase, which is the passphrase you use when you set up. And boom, you're in. You're done. That's all you have to do. So you can do that with Bitbucket, GitHub, GitLab, and probably a bunch of others that I don't use. I think DigitalOcean's ready to roll now, and it is. So we're going to go ahead and copy the new IP address. So now I'll show you how easy it is to log into the server with an SSH key. Now you just do SSH root at the IP address you just did. Hit enter. Again, it's going to say, hey, are you cool with sending your key to them? Yes, I am. And boom, you're into your server. That is the power of SSH keys right there.
So that's about it. That's how simple it is to set up and how simple it is to use. There's a lot of mystery around it, but it's really simple. And it's secure. It's more secure than using your username and password. So if you're going to be working with servers, if you're going to be working with code, this is the best thing to do. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me, message me on whatever platform. And if you like what you see on here and you're kind of liking the videos, subscribe. Hit the little alert to make sure you're getting notifications every time I upload a video, and interact. Let me know you're out there. I love to know that people are either being helped or not being helped or struggling, need help. I'm here to help. I want to help you guys, so don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, thank you for watching. Take care, DIYers.